This video is a tutorial for the photo stripe book technique with 3D effect. This 3D effect is obtained in similar way as in the positive cut and fold technique. Do not worry if you are not familiar with it, everything will be explained here. For this project, you will need a book, printed out photo stripes, pencil, ruler, scissors, glue. In principle, there are 4 steps you need to follow to complete this project. The order of the 2 first steps is arbitrary, and you can switch them around depending what is more convenient for you. The first step is to fold all sheets of your book to a certain depth. The depth is arbitrary and depends on the thickness of your book. If your book is thin, fold them deeper than for thick books. But the depth shouldn't be too small, otherwise there won't be enough space for the extrusion, which create the 3D effect. In order to fold each sheet to the same depth, you need to place some reference markers beforehand. To obtain these reference markers, you can draw lines on every page, in a similar way to how it is done for method 1 or 2 of the cut and fold techniques. Then fold the sheet to align the edge of your sheet to this line. Here, to make it faster, I do not draw the lines on every sheet, but I place a reference line on the bottom edge of the book. You can draw this marker either in the place where the edge of the sheet should be, or the place of the crease. To make it more precise, I place both of these reference markers. In order to make it easier for the third step, you can already draw a second line on every sheet or create another marker on the bottom edge of your book. This is for the second fold on the leaf. The second line or marker should be somewhere between the first line and the crease of the first fold. In this point, you can already pre-fold it to obtain the second crease, or you can leave this step for the end. The second step is to glue the stripes of a stripe photo pattern on the sheets. In order to do so, unfold the sheet and glue the stripe. You need to glue the stripe to the side of the sheet that you did not draw the lines on, so the side which after folding is on the outside. Place the stripe in such a way that on one side of the crease there is more width of the stripe than on the other. More of the stripe should be on the side between the crease and the book's foredge. You may find it faster to complete this project if you turn around the order of these 2 steps. You can first glue the stripes and then fold the sheets together with the stripes. But since in this case you do not have the creases of the folds to serve you as a reference where to glue the stripes, you need to place another reference marker beforehand. In the example shown here, I'm using wide 3 cm stripes. However, after adjusting to customer preferences, the stripe width has been reduced to 1 cm for most patterns. This can result in stripes being too narrow to achieve a 3D effect. To solve this problem, you can print the stripe pattern twice and glue identical stripes side by side, leaving an optional gap between them. In my case, I fold the sheets such that the first crease is 3 centimeters from the foredge. This means that the edge of the folded sheet is 6 centimeters from the book's foredge. Therefore, one of my reference markers is 3 centimeters from the foredge, and the second one 6 centimeters. My first marker, which is 3 centimeters from the foredge, is the place where there will be the crease of my folds. Therefore, this marker alone could already serve as a reference where to glue the photo stripes. To know where to glue the stripes, I place 2 more markers on the bottom edge of the book. The width of my photo stripes is 3 centimeters, and the stripes should be glued in such a way that there is more of their width on one side of the crease than the other. Here, one side of the stripe is 0.5 centimeters from the crease, and the other one 2.5 centimeters. The stripes do not have to be glued very precisely between these 2 markers, but precise enough that the stripes are covering the creases of the 2 folds mentioned earlier.
In your case, you'll likely be using 2 identical stripes instead of a single wider one. Glue the first stripe over the first crease, blue line, and the second stripe over the second crease, orange line.
After you glued all stripes and folded the sheets to the first line, you already have a photo stripe book, just without the 3D effect. In order to obtain the 3D effect, we need to extrude the silhouette of the subject from the background. The third step is to create the second fold of the sheet. You do not need to do that on every page, only those ones on which you want at least one part being extruded. In this step, you just need to ensure that the crease of the fold is still covered by the photo stripes. In the fourth step, you apply cuts perpendicular to the folds. You should cut from the foredge until the crease of the first fold, the one which is further from the foredge. You can know where to cut by looking at the stripe pattern, which should now be well visible on your book. This step is like for cut and fold techniques, just that instead of cutting in places of the marks you got from the measurement table, you use the image which appears on the book after attaching the stripes. This is probably the most challenging step, as you must make sure you cut in the place where the subject intersects with the second crease. After cutting the sheet, you divided the sheet to pattern and background parts. Now, you only need to make sure that the background parts are folded back to the first fold and the pattern parts are extruded to the second fold. And it's done. Mark, glue, cut, fold, and enjoy your book with NailYt.